It is crazy some of the surgeries we used to do to help men with receding hairlines, and here's a few of them. And by the way, trigger warning, this is only for educational purposes. This is called hair plugs or punch grafting. Basically, doctors would remove these like circular clumps of hair from the donor area and put them into the bald area. It's actually one of those surgeries that evolved into what we use today, but instead of doing clumps of hair, we started doing strands of hair to give you a more diffuse natural look. If you saw it, you could tell immediately because the hairline looked like this. This is the donor area, by the way. Not only it was unnatural and it would leave you with clumps of hair, it was also really hard to fix later and leave you with this nasty scar. Then we had the scalp reduction surgery. Basically, this bald area, they will cut it out and they will just bring these parts together and suture them back together. If it was done right, it looked so much better than hair plugs, as you can see, but the problem with it is it would leave you with permanent large scars that were painful. Also, a lot of people reported that they lost sensation in their scalp, and also they still would lose their hair sometimes. This is my absolute least favorite of the bunch. Hair flap surgery. They will remove a portion of like hair-bearing skin of your scalp and they will just rotate it, connect it to the original blood supply, and then just put it in front of your head. And it would give you instant hairline. There were a few problems with this. The hair would grow into the wrong direction. It would also leave you with massive scars. You had a very high risk of tissue death. And it was notoriously known as the Frankenstein hairline, as you can tell how terrible it looks. You know, like you could tell also. You could tell. It was not good. It was not good. This is my absolute favorite because it's just genius. It's called tissue expansion and we don't use it for cosmetic purposes anymore. We only use it for burn victims and people with deformities. Basically, if for example you have a burn, doctors will place a balloon under a certain area of your skin and they will inflate it and they will keep it inflated for over the duration of a couple of months and they keep readjusting it because they want to stretch the skin. And after a while, when the skin is stretched enough, they will just pull it over the area that they wanted to cover. It is really genius, but it is not a cosmetic surgery anymore because it takes a long time. You will have this lump in your head for months on end and there's a risk of rupturing that balloon or infections.